This is the Jim Norton Show.
Good afternoon, everyone. Jim Norton here. Very happy to be doing my show today. We had fun today, Opie and I, and we had Jim Florentine in, and Tom Sizemore came in. And we'd had Tom on once before, and we had an amazing time with him. Bob Kelly was there. And the last time Tom came in, he and I had a bit of an uncomfortable encounter. I wouldn't say it was an argument. It was just he was on edge. Turns out he had relapsed and was just kind of getting sober again and was just a little defensive. And, it was an unpleasant interaction, but he did call me later that day. And we texted, and he said, "Hey, man, I'm really sorry." And, it was fine. And then he came back in today for about an hour and a half. We had a great, great time with him. So he's doing really well, and it's just nice to see the difference in a guy from, I guess, last year, whenever that was, 2 years ago, to now that he seems to be sober and doing very well. And just a really great actor. So we had a good time with him. And I went on a Tinder meeting before my first meeting from Tinder. I met a girl. And it was nice. We just went and had coffee. We spent about 40 minutes together. And it was just, because she was local. I don't know if it'll go anywhere. But, we just talked about kids and stuff like that. And I ate chicken soup, and she had cappuccino and a bib salad. And then we said goodbye. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'll walk you out. And she said, well, I'm going to go to the restroom first. So she either had to go drop a deuce or she was meeting somebody else. So I guess that was my afternoon. Let's see here. Josh in Michigan, your wife joined a pyramid scheme. I hope you said pyramid. I hope that's not a misspelled period scheme. Causing problems. Uh-oh, what's up, Josh?
Hey, Jimmy, man. Big
She's
fan.
trying to sell you fucking Amway cleaning products? Oh, no.
Same type of shit. Get skinny quick, all this herbal stuff, mix up drinks. It's called It Works or whatever, but she made a little money right out of the gate, so now I can't get her off this shit. It's just getting deeper and deeper down the hole for her,
Well, what is she doing that's fucking you up? Is she causing you guys money, or is she annoying all your friends to buy stuff?
Annoying every single person we run into with this garbage. Now, she makes money. It doesn't sound a money problem, just like you're embarrassing the hell out of me,
Yeah.
Got every single person, and she's got it smeared all over our car now. She's got a big SUV. Everywhere we go, it's got her name, phone number, website, and it doesn't really bother me because I don't really hang out with her, I'm doing my thing all week, but on the weekends, I around her. It's driving me nuts.
My nephew, who's 20, just started with Amway. My sister, excuse me. Why is it whenever I come on the air, I have to fucking clear my throat? What a non-broadcaster. But my sister said, can you talk to him? And now I don't have any personal experience with Amway, but, I've heard mixed things about it. And, speaking of pyramid things in general, I think Amway does cleaning products. I don't know. But, I've heard people who've had a rough time with it. And I never recommend that type of, because I went to one years ago, a meeting of one of those things. It was not Amway. It was something else. And you have to go annoy all your friends to buy this shit in order to make money. And it's like the money is passed up or whatever it is. It's just a really annoying way to exist.
I fix cars for a living. I own a garage. And I think she was kind of like, well, you do work and your friends come to you for shit. Like, yeah, they're coming to me. I don't go to parties and say, hey, everybody, listen to me. I got cards for you. Come on over, get your fluid changed, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And people even ask me, I'm like, hey, I'm not at work right now. I don't really want to talk about it,
Whenever you get involved in a pyramid, I don't want to say scheme, but that type of a business model, let's just say, whatever it is, everyone around you wants to cut your throat because it's enraging because you're talking to them to make money. Has she had a career before, or do you guys have kids and she hasn't worked?
Well, she had a career before we had kids, so she probably misses that a little bit.
Yes, this is her chance to do something from home and kind of make some cash or to feel like she's contributing and keeping busy. She probably doesn't just want to be a mom. She wants to have something else. But tell her to do something else. Because how much did she make at first?
Well, the first couple months you don't make anything. She's making about $600 a month now,
So for $7,200 a year, she's going to fucking alienate everybody? Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it might get better, Okay, well, every weekend, I'm with the kids. I love them to death. I love my kids. But I'm there by myself like Mr. Mom, driving me nuts. And, she comes home late after all these seminars. Like, great, I get to fuck you, and then we go to bed. Whoop-de-doo. I had to spend all fucking day with these kids. playing goofy games and everything, which I love, but 24 hours a day, every weekend, and then I go back to work on Monday, kiss my ass, get rid of that
She
shit.
probably wants to feel like, well, now we're both contributing equally. Like, you watch the kids, and while I go out to work, and then I watch the kids while you go out to work. You know, it's just one of those things. She probably wants to equal it out. And it's probably not even about the stupid products. It's probably just about feeling productive. I kind of respect the fact that she wants to feel productive and not just like a lump, and she wants to do something, but that's a shitty, you know, I mean, I don't even know if I could fuck somebody who was trying to sell me herbal products. I could, but it would be a lot harder, and I would be annoyed if they're trying to sell them to our friends. You know, just put the math in front of her and go, look how much money you're making a year. It's a noble thing, but just do it online or go to the mall. Stop bugging our friends with it because it's irritating.
Yeah, no shit. Inviting them over to go to your fucking seminar with you or have a vendor event at the mall. Your friends don't even hang out with you anymore. You know,
yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to go over to their buddy's house and have their wife sit down with cards about herbal. Would you be offended if she said that she wanted to perform oral sex for some money? Why don't you suggest that to her? Say, look, when my friends come over, I'll let you blow them in the bathroom for $200. That'll be a more dignified way of making up $7,200 a year.
Yeah, man, that actually would be. It'd be less embarrassing. Like, yeah, she's a whore. You can deal with it. You know, move on. And
yeah, sorry to hear that, brother. I would just, tell her to find something else or suggest she find something else, because that's a fucking, none of your friends want to be involved with that shit. They're going to start avoiding you.
Right on. Thanks a lot, Jimmy, man. Love it.
See you, man. Take care. Let's see. Dan in Chicago. What's the best way to start talking to a transsexual gal? What's up?
Hey, man. How's it going?
Hey, buddy. Where do you mean a transsexual gal in general or one in particular?
Nah, like, not one in particular. Like, I've been out to some clubs, and I see them and shit, and my question more along the lines is, like, how do I go about the process of picking them up? Because I've talked to some of them, and some of them are really, like, personable and really strong and outgoing and shit, and some of them want you to, like, treat them like they are an actual woman and not dog them so much and know that I know how they're thinking because they're guys, but some of them think that they're women and dude bodies, you know, like that shit.
Well, right there, the fact that you're saying that they're guys, like, I know that that's the instinct to say that, you know what I mean? Because I always was raised thinking, like, they're men who become women. And then, like, the more, like, research is just, I guess, not 100% either way, but I don't know what the proper classification is. I know I've talked to enough of them where they don't feel like they're men changing. They feel like legitimately, mentally at least, they're supposed to be women. And there's been, like a lot of tests with the biology that show that they have different biology than men. I just don't know. But I think if you're approaching them with the mentality of, hey, I know how you think because you're a guy, just because you have a dick, and like, then they might be right to be standoffish because you're not treating them the way they kind of want to be treated. Yeah. So maybe you should find out more about them, because I know one thing with them is they get like a lot of, and they call them this, like tranny chasers. Just guys that only are like, you know, sexualize them and are infatuated by them because they have a tits and a dick. And what are they? They're different. They're pornographic. They're freakish. So I guess they get kind of tired of being seen that way, and they want to be seen as people. Like, you know, that's the thing about Bailey J, I think, that has opened up so many people's eyes because, like, yeah, she's really pretty and passable. She's very pretty and passable. And she has a big penis, so it's like, wow, fuck, I never thought I'd like to. But she's also really funny. And the Bailey thing that attracts people, it's not how she looks. It's her personality and her relatability. Like, that's, to me, the thing that people are blown away with by Bailey. It's that they can't just sexualize her and write her off as a porno thing, even though they're attracted to her. It's like, cause fuck, man, she's really fun to listen to. And she's very down to earth and she doesn't get offended. So they see her as a real person. And I think if you want to talk to transsexual girls or any people, you have to see them as people first and not just as fuck objects. Now, that's hard for me because I'm a sex addict. So I see, like, you know, most people as fuck objects, even if I'm not attracted to them. I see every person as a sexual thing. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's a hard thing to overcome. But that would be my suggestion, is learn more about them and ask them questions. If you have questions, like, I've asked transsexual girls questions like, do you see yourself as someone who was born a guy? And I've actually gotten both answers. I've had transsexual girls say, like, no, I think that I was born a woman. And I've actually had girls go, no, look, I'm a guy, I have a dick, and now I'm a woman. Like, I've heard both angles. So you might want to just talk to them and tell them that you're trying to be honest and figure it out, but you just don't know what the right, you know, answer is.
All right, so I just need to go in there with a more open mind.
Yeah, and be honest. Because we don't know, we honestly don't know yet. I really think, like, a lot of these trans women might get offended if you ask, but I think it's a fucking fair question to ask because, again, it hasn't been an open conversation for 50 years. So I think if you're asking respectfully, and it's because you just don't know and you want to know, that most of them are very reasonable, that would at least be willing to talk to you about it. So good luck.
All right, cool, man. Hey, you're doing a great job, dude. Keep it up.
All right, thanks, buddy. Jed in Michigan, how to get rid of obsessive thoughts. I wish I knew. Hi, Jed.
Hi, Jim. How's it going?
Good, buddy. What's your thoughts?
Well, I just get these obsessive thoughts. Like, last one was worrying I had throat cancer, so I quit smoking.
Yeah.
So it's constant, like, and it just gets to the point where I can't sleep, and I don't know what to do or how to remove those obsessive thoughts.
I get them too sometimes. Are you typically a hypochondriac, or is it with other things other than medical stuff?
No, it's other things too. Like, lately I've been obsessing about my grandfather dying, but there's no reason to, like, to even think that. You know what I mean? It's unnatural, I guess, but the fear and, like, the worry takes over. It's
really weird, man. I get the same thing with a lot of negative thoughts, and sometimes, like, they talk in recovery about, like, kind of like staying in shitty relationships or in bad feelings because we take a misshapen pleasure in them. And I noticed that I get, like, a weird feeling when I think negative things. Like, sometimes I think negative things until I make them true, because you know that feeling you get in the pit of your stomach, and it goes up. It comes, like, from the middle of your belly up to your throat, and it's like a tangible feeling. And after a while, I got addicted to that. And I think that negative feeling, that panic, that misshapen pleasure I can get out of something is a real tangible thing. So a lot of times what I have to do to stop thinking about shit is to do other things. Sometimes positive things that I do will take me out of my shitty thought process. Like, it sounds corny, but working out has helped at times, because it's kind of hard to focus on negative stuff when I'm listening to music and working out. Maybe change your routine a little bit and do something positive. Because that negative stuff, like, I get, but if I know why I'm doing it, half the times I'm doing it, dude, like, I don't know if you're OCD or not, but half the times I'm just doing it because I'm addicted to that shit feeling between my throat and my stomach.
Okay.
And
I'm not OCD, but yeah, I get compulsive with negative thoughts, so I completely understand that. Thank you.
All right, buddy. Good luck.
Thanks.
You silly goose. John in New Jersey, your girlfriend won't suck your pecker. God bless you. What's up, John?
Hey, Jim, how are you?
Onion Bag in New Jersey. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of fellatio.
Sure.
Very important to me. And,
absolutely. As it should be.
Yeah, right? But my girlfriend, true Spanish, she, I don't know if she's refusing to do it or, I've explained the importance of a relationship in that, and I just can't get her to do it.
How long you dating her?
5 months.
Is that one of those things that she refuses to do, or that she has to really be in love to do?
I can't even answer that. I don't know if she finds it dirty. I mean, I hear that Spanish girls in general, like, tend to not do that. But,
I've never heard that. I never knew that.
Yeah, I have heard it. I've heard a few people vouch for it. I have had her stick it in her mouth a couple times, but, she won't take loads in her mouth or any of that.
A lot of them won't take the load. You can't be mad about that. But if she won't suck your dick at all, I mean, I know we joke on, Opie and I, and of course Anthony would always tease me about it. Always goes back to being molested. But do you think anyone ever stuck their dick in her mouth against her will?
Not that I'm aware of. Some people don't discuss that. She has had it in her mouth before, but only, like, literally no more than 30 seconds. And it comes up, like, just before. She's like, "Oh, what, do you want anything?" I'm like, "Yeah, fellatio, blowjob."
You know what, dude? I can't date anyone that won't suck my dick. Like, that's a deal breaker for me.
I'm the same way. But I didn't realize, even when I hint at her or whatever, she says she's going to do it, but just can't get her to go that way.
Hey, look, it's 2014. A girl that doesn't suck dick, what else doesn't she do? Does she not enjoy sunshine? Does she not enjoy a smile of a child or a walk in the park? How do you not suck dick in 2014? If I were you, I mean, not that you give her an ultimatum and a time table, but do you go down on her?
I don't want to watch. She doesn't like that either. And I don't want to guilt her into doing it. To be honestly, I want her to enjoy it as well. And every other girl I've dated in the past, whether they like to do it or not, just from the pleasure I get from it.
No, guilt her into it. I'm saying, do you do it though?
She doesn't want that done either. And I've had that happen with girls that think it's dirty and they don't want it done to them, but it's, different organs and all that.
I don't know. You sound like it's not compatible. I would dump this girl. I don't care how great a girl she is. If she won't suck your dick or let you eat her pussy, she's not that great a girl. That's one of those things for me, like sexually. I'm not saying a girl has to have anal sex or a girl has to use a strap-on on me or there's a lot of things that I've been such a pervert with that girls are not going to go for. But a basic, blowing me. There was years ago I was seeing a girl and she would give me head. I loved going down on her, and she was giving me head one time. She's like, I really don't like doing this, but I'll do it for you because you want it. And I knew that would be the last time I was ever sexual with her. Because it's like, I'm in my mind, I'm like, I have a clean dick. Don't do me a favor, fucko. I didn't say that. Hey, you want something, fucko? I talked to her like that fucking guy across the street in Goodfellas. And she wouldn't, she didn't like it. So now I knew that experience was ruined for me, so I stopped seeing her. So to me, that's a deal breaker. And if she refuses to bend on it, then just fucking find somebody else.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Jim.
Good luck, you silly goose. Jason in Detroit. You lost your dad and want to thank you for the advice.
Yeah, Jimmy, I tried to call you last week and praise you, but of course my phone crapped out and you thought I was just being a silly goose. And I called you last year. I had a lot of issues with my father growing up, and he was sick at the time, and my sister had told me maybe I should start seeing him again, and I talked to you about it, and you raised a good question. Do I not want to see him again before he died? And that really weighed heavily on my mind. And, of course, I did. I rebuilt the relationship over the last year. And unfortunately, this morning while I was listening to you on Opie, I got a call from my mother. And as soon as I got that call, before I answered it, I knew what it was. Because she would never call me this early in the morning.
Yep.
Unless it was something major. So I just want to thank you for giving me that advice.
Well, you're welcome, but I'm glad it worked out. And I'll tell you where I got that advice from. What was years and years ago, my dad told me, he was very close with his grandfather. And my father told me when I was a kid that they had a great relationship. But I think the last time when my dad went into the Marine Corps, the last time he saw his grandfather, they argued. They had just a dumb fight that you have with family members. And that was the last time he saw him. I guess his grandfather died while he was away. And he always regretted that. And it was one of those things where, look, you can't avoid a poor interaction with people. I mean, you can't, never argue with people because they might drop dead. But it made me think that you want to repair relationships. Like, when Patrice died, we knew it was coming because of his stroke, and I was devastated. But I knew I had a complete relationship with Patrice. He knew I loved him, and I knew he loved me as much as we would shit talk each other. I have complete relationships with certain people. There are certain people that, there's been holes in our friendships or things I wish I could fix. But I look at Colin or Bobby or these other people, guys I've known for so many years. My relationships are complete. I don't want these guys to die. But if they were to die, there's nothing I wish I could say to Bob Kelly or Colin Quinn. Because you know what I mean? So with family members, it's kind of the same thing. You want to have it where you've said pretty much what you need to say. So in case something happens, so I learned that lesson from my dad. So I'm glad it worked, man. Take care. I'm just fucking babbling. All right, be good. I had coffee at lunch on my Tinder fucking meeting. I had chicken soup and coffee, and then I promptly took a cab and fucking shat. I actually cut it short because I had to shit, and I didn't want to go into the Time Warner Center bathroom and drop a deuce because I would have been gone for 15 minutes, and she would have known I was shitting. There's nothing worse when you're out with a girl and she knows you're shitting. Kyle in Rochester, your young lady, your wife had an affair and you're separated. Now you can't date again. What's up, buddy?
Well, it's been about 20 years.
With your wife? Wow, that's a while. Okay.
Yeah, and everything's it was like a college relationship. I'm in my early 40s. Everything was kind of winding down over 2 years, 2.5 years, with kind of the separation and whatnot. And during that time, I kind of started a non-sexual relationship with another woman, which now, once everything's getting finalized, we did kind of go out and stuff. And I just feel like I've got this opportunity to, put up some numbers. but it's like I've already got my foot in something new. Do I just tell her?
Well, you mean with this, you have a new, wait a minute, your wife wants to get back or no?
Oh, well, no. While the divorce was going through, it took like 2 or 3 years for all that stuff to be worked out.
Who'd she have an affair with?
Did I?
No, who did she have an affair with? Like, not the name.
She had an affair with somebody that she worked with.
Okay.
And, that kind of like threw me off, and it's,
How'd you catch her?
It's kind of made it hard to get, the confidence back to get going. So it's like, do I mess around with somebody random, like somebody I don't really care about, before I start getting involved again with somebody that I do care about?
Yeah, why not do a little bit of dating here? Dating is so much different, too. Like, if you've been off the market for 20 years, I mean, fucking Christ, with technology now, there's Tinder, there's all, Facebook, there's so many ways. It's such a fast-paced thing. But I've noticed you can just go on like Match.com. I mean, celebrities of my stature can't. But no, you know what I'm saying? Like there's all these fucking great websites, man, that, look, some of them have spam and bullshit, but you go on a website like that, you can probably go out and meet a bunch of people. Like, again, I went out and met someone from Tinder today. Will it go anywhere? Maybe, maybe not. But you don't have to just meet somebody in a bar and commit 6 weeks to one girl. Like, I would suggest, with all these fucking dating options, join a couple of websites, see what's out there, and go out on 5 or 10 dates and just see. Go out to dinners. Some will be awful. They'll be cunty. Some will be fatter than you think, and a couple of beautiful ones who will hate your guts. Just try it. You might really fucking have fun with it.
So you've tried, the Tinder's new for you, am I right?
Very new for me. But I mean, again, I'm lucky I'm in a position where I'm in a job in the public. I get to meet people after shows. I get to meet, I have my job is very not typical. So people will email me, hey, I love the show today. Or I'll have these weird interactions with strangers that most people don't get to have because they don't get randomly emailed or Facebooked or, it's just, that's, just the luck of my career and the fact that I have a job in the public eye. But, if I didn't, I would be on Match.com or I would be on, Plenty of Fish or JDate or whatever the fuck you want to go on. But why not try one of them, man, and just see. Put a picture of your big fat dick and say, this needs to be tended to.
I will have to give that a shot then. I appreciate everything you do, Jim. Thanks.
Have fun, man. Thank you for your call. I appreciate it, you doll. Let's see. Skylar in Connecticut. You got guilt towards making your wife do anal and shit like she doesn't want to do. What's up, Skylar?
Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Norton.
Hi, buddy. What happens? Does your penis hurt her hiney and then you feel gas after you come and she's laying there in tears?
It hasn't happened yet.
Oh.
I've been married for the past 10 years, and a few years ago I expressed to my wife some issues I was having with boredom in the bedroom.
Sure.
And at first she didn't take me seriously, or it was, get over it. What you're getting is pretty damn good. You should be lucky, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, boy, a little arrogant there, huh?
Yeah. Earlier this year, she found that I was seeking some attention online for these things, and now she's changed her attitude that now she's willing to try some things, but I know it's not what she wants. She's just doing it to try to save the marriage.
Yeah,
and I feel really guilty of trying to move forward with that.
Man, I know what you mean, because I just talked about an example of a girl didn't want to suck my dick. Yeah. I didn't want to be. But you're married to someone, I think it's a much different level. I had no commitment with that girl. I wouldn't have done anything she wanted to do either. You've probably made a lot of sacrifices in the marriage. With me, it was a very surface level thing. I'll eat your box, you blow me, and I'll fucking, we'll listen to Ozzy CDs until you get tired and leave. This is 2002. So, in the marriage, I guess there's a whole lot. You guys have kids and stuff?
We both each have kids from previous that are older and, getting ready to move out and stuff.
I don't think there's anything wrong with if you're asking your spouse to try something horrendous or that's going to really hurt them, but a little exploratory stuff, I don't think you should feel guilty about. You ought to give it a shot and just see how it works. Because you figure the marriage is going to over. You're bored. You want to go out and fuck other girls. You're already online looking. So both of you are going to get hurt either way. You're going to go through a divorce and have to go through all this, or at least if you decide to do a little bit of anal and stuff, then if you both walk away, you'll go, fuck it, man, we tried it. She didn't like it in the shitter. I didn't like hearing her scream like I was strangling her. So it was better we just, we left. And she'll always feel like, hey, at least I gave up the balloon knot and he left. At least I tried it. You might be saving her from a whole lot of fucking guilt too if you get divorced. Because this way, if you try it and you split, she'll at least go, fuck it, I tried it and he, we had to separate anyway. You know what I mean? Okay. So if you're going to get divorced over it, it's not like you're asking, like, look, I want to smother you to within an inch of your life with my ass. Like, that's unreasonable. Yeah. But wanting a little bit of variety is pretty normal after 10 years.
Okay.
Or ask for something, you know what you do? Ask for something extreme and then work your way down to anal. Say something like, I want you to fuck a dog. And she's like, what? Go, yeah, I want you to let a dog fuck you. She'll go, no. And you go like, no, I just want to have anal sex while a dog fucks you. And she'll go like, well, I'll have anal sex with you, but no dog is fucking me. And go like, all right, leave the dog out. Like, make it look like anal sex is the best of the options.
I tried that. It didn't work. So.
All right. It'd be sucked if she took the dog and said, no ass fucking, but bring the pooch. All right. Well, I would say try it, my friend. All right.
Or I wanted to cuckold and watch her fuck a black man, and she's an incredible racist, so I knew that would scare her. So I thought anal would be very, very normal after that, but it didn't work.
I understand. Good luck, man.
Thank you.
All right, Pat in California. You keep cheating on this gal, and you feel guilty. What's up, Pat?
Hey, Jim. How you doing, man? Thanks for taking my
call.
Hi,
buddy.
Yeah, I've been with a girl for about 5 years now. Early last year, she called me, fucking having conversations online. Smoothed it over. Made sense. We've gotten engaged, bought a house, and then now I find myself again going online, trying to look for something different. And the problem is she's total package, fucks like a porn star, cooks, cleans, the whole nine.
How long you been with her? I'm sorry.
5 years.
Okay, a while.
And it's like recently she's got a new job, so she's away during the week out of town.
Sure.
And now it's just like, I'm looking to fuck something else,
I
don't know if it's like something else, like an addiction thing or what, man.
Probably. It's part of my interruption. Yeah, it probably is an addiction, but it's also hard, dude. Like, as guys, and again, especially with this internet technology, and you can log on and just see fucking boxes, it's really, really hard to look at one person sexually when, we are now in this age where everything is accessible visually. Like, you go onto these giant mega porn sites and you could see everything and it all seems so natural and acceptable and it's right there. And, every show has everybody fucking everybody. It's really, really hard to look at one person traditionally and say, this is my partner. Because it's not about them usually. Like, I've cheated on girls who are horrible fucks, and I've cheated on girls who are amazing fucks. Usually it's about my selfishness. Like, if I'm going to cheat, I honestly, I should leave the relationship. You know what I mean? Instead of lying to somebody, because I don't like to be a liar. Like, would you steal money out of your girlfriend's purse?
Absolutely not.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't hurt her. Would you badmouth her to her coworkers? No, you'd probably be very protective of her. Right. But in this one area, you're very comfortable, in a way, silently humiliating her and selling her out for a nobody. You're basically, when you're cheating with some skank, you're selling out a great girl for a nobody. And I've done that too, and I also felt really guilty about it. So I have to make a choice sometimes, and I make the wrong choice, which is, do I want to be a selfish motherfucker and sell out this person who's legitimately great? Because you will lose her eventually. Like, the thing that tempts us so much, all this online perversion and pornography, is the same way we get caught. We get caught texting. We get caught because of fucking iCloud. Same way Jennifer Lawrence's photos and, all these photos are hacked. That's how people's text messages are hacked. Or you send somebody a dirty text and it pops up on their fucking boyfriend's iPad. There's a million ways to get caught.
The fucking emails.
Yeah, technology, it gets us laid and it gets us caught. So if you're willing to lose her, keep doing it. But if it's making you feel bad, maybe examine the reasons why you're doing it and realize, because you know what I mean? Like, chasing that high, I spent 45 years chasing that high and I still can't get it. Like, 1 out of every 20 experiences gives me that newness. The other 18 or 19 are shit. Same old thing. I feel guilt. I feel regret. I'm bored. So it's like, why sell out a great person and risk it for nothing? Maybe, do something else. But it's easier said than done, man. It's really hard.
Yeah,
maybe stop watching.
It was so fucking bad. Like, I was like, I'm never going to fucking do this again, because it was the worst fucking feeling seeing her like that. It was brutal. And then like a year later, now I'm like, fuck it, this chick wants to meet up tonight and blow me in the backseat of a car. It's like, man, I really want to fucking do that,
Think it through, man.
Awesome.
Think it through. Sometimes with a drink, they say think it through. Think it through carefully past the load of her catching you, of her, how much you're going to hurt her and you're going to lose her. And the blowjob in the car might be toothy. The girl might have bad breath. It might not be as good. Her boyfriend might track her fucking phone and follow you there. There's all kinds of crazy, unpredictable shit that happens in these situations where sometimes it works out and there's no problem. Other times there's a major problem. So, it's not worth blowing the relationship for. And I'm not preaching to you morally. It's just reality. It's just not easy to do. I mean, it's not worth doing,
I think it's like an addiction thing,
Yeah. All right, buddy. Good luck. All right, my friend? All right, take care. Let's see here. Frank in the Bronx. Oh, no. Married with kids and your side girl got pregnant. Your wife has no idea, but you want to keep the kid with your girlfriend. Frank. Oh, boy. What's up, Frank? Frank was better. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Jimmy. How you doing, pal?
Good. How are you, Frank?
I'm good. I've been banging this broad for a couple of years on the side. I've been married for about 15 years. And
how many kids?
I have 2 kids, and they're great kids, and my wife's great, but I've been banging, sleeping with this girl that I like a lot, and she's pregnant, and she's like 20 years younger than my wife, and I wanted a 3rd kid with my wife, and now I got this little Chinese girl pregnant, and I don't know what to do. I'm not in love with her. I'm definitely not in love with her, but I know that this might be the last chance I could have a kid, another kid. I want another kid.
But can't you just adopt one?
I guess so.
I'm only asking you that because do you love your wife? Like, do you want to get divorced?
I don't. We have such a great thing. That's what I'm worried about. And when I say a great thing, I'm talking about we've been through a lot together. I had some issues when I was younger, and she stuck through and all that. But there's something about this crazy girl that's driving me. She's just all I think about, and it's crazy. And I don't know.
Do you want to keep her to trap her?
I'm sorry?
Do you want to knock this girl up? Do you want her to keep the baby just to trap her, or so she can't eventually leave you? Like you'll always. Do you just want to do it to always have a connection with her?
I thought that would be the case, but I don't love her like that. I love my seed in her. I don't know. It's a really crazy thing. I feel like maybe I should have this kid with her because it's my kid and God wants it that way. And then I realize that I'm doing everything God doesn't want me to do. And I'm cheating on my wife,
Yeah.
It's a tough fucking thing. It's just crazy. And I feel like I'm going to ruin like 3 different worlds. Her world, because she's got to tell her parents she's pregnant. My family's world and my kid's world. So it's like I'm killing everybody with one stupid decision.
And your world, hers, yours, your wife's, your kids. Like, the thing is this, too, that girl, you're not going to be able to live with her, so she's just going to be a single mother. Like, you might help out financially, but you're not going to be there for the kid like a real dad. That kid's going to know that his mom just got knocked up by some guy who didn't want to stay there. Like, I wouldn't say that's the most ideal situation. Personally, I would panic no matter who got knocked up. But if I were you and she wants to get rid of it, again, I know the right to lifers probably want to choke me for that, but I don't know, man. I would have a hard time suggesting someone keep a kid in that situation because it's going to end badly.
She's got a great job, and I think it's only been a couple of months, so I'm thinking that we're probably going to end up doing that. I don't want to, but I just feel like ultimately the disaster that would become if I did go through with it and we did go, and it would just be, I don't know, just way too much more than it is to say, hey, let's just, take care of this, and sorry, whatever, but it just made me realize that I really do love this girl.
Sure. Well, you just said you don't love her necessarily.
No, I mean my wife.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. I've never knocked a girl up to my knowledge. I have very, very good timing. Either that or I'm a fucking sterile zilch. But I just think you're asking for a whole shitload of trouble, man. That's a whole other world of stuff, and your wife will be devastated. Your kids will fucking hate you for it. It's like it's not worth it.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Be good, my friend. Good luck with your potent bag. Jesus, you have good shooting. Kelly in Austin. A young Kelly a young lady dating a 24-year-old. You're 36. He always wants to dump on your face. Hey, Kel.
Hey, not dump. He likes to come on my face.
No, I meant to dump. I meant a load. I didn't mean shit. Sorry, I was using sexy terminology. I meant dump like semen. So, he likes to, when you're giving him head or when he's having sex with you?
No, it's like constantly. Like, he just thinks it's this really cool thing, and I don't know. It's kind of annoying. Like, I don't understand why it's exciting, and also it stings my eyes. And
well, close them, you silly goose. Hold on, close your eyes. What are you opening your eyes for? What's the matter with you?
Well, because I'm like, I don't know, trying to prepare for the hit. Like,
yeah, true.
He gets this twinkle in his eyes, like, and he doesn't even ask. He just all of a sudden, I know, like, he's about to try to do this to my face.
Have you talked to him about it?
Yeah, and he's just like, I think it's really cool.
Well, I'll tell you what it is. He's 24. He's raised with a computer. He's been watching porn his whole life, even more than people. And that's what they do in porn. It's sexy. He doesn't say, like, when he's coming on your face, he doesn't say, take that, you. Does he say anything harsh?
No, but he's asked me to call him the N-word before when he's doing it.
Is he black?
No.
He's white and he wants you to call him a nigger while he's, what?
Yes, it's really weird, I think, right? I mean, that's
really bizarre.
But I think it's weird.
Is he in interracial porn or something? I don't get it all. Is he trying to be degrading to you? Like, he thinks that would be degrading for a black man to come on your face?
No, I think he thinks it's degrading to him, so it makes him feel better. I don't know, because he's doing something.
I've never, and I'm a dirty guy, and I've come on faces. You bet I have. But I've never, racial play has never come into it for me, especially with someone from my race. Like, I don't quite, if a white girl was telling me how much better a black guy was in bed, I've had that. Like, that could be hot, because that's a little humiliating. Does he want to get into cuckolding stuff and talk about that, you think?
I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, I took him to a fetish party recently, and he really wanted to do everything, like, in front of everybody, like, instantly, like, exhibitionist. And it was his first fetish party,
It's probably porn influence. That sounds like a heavy porn influence.
Yeah.
But is it really that bad when he comes on your face if he doesn't get it in your eyes?
No, it just feels weird, because then you have to sit there and, like, wait for a towel, and I've got my eyes closed, but I feel like I don't have control over the situation, like, I've just got, like, egg yolk all over.
Yeah, in a way you have. It's kind of fun. But here's the thing. Let me suggest something. 2 things. My eyes are open. I'm waiting for a towel. Close your eyes and have a towel ready. Just like have something by the bed. Have some baby wipes or some, don't use toilet paper. It gets stuck to you. You look like a mummy when you're finished. So you just get some baby wipes and keep them by the bed. And then after he's done, just take the baby wipe and, fucking wipe it off your face. That's all. Unless you hate it that much. But if it's just weird to you because you don't know exactly why, it's probably because he has a heavy porn influence. And just see if he'll do other things too. If you don't always want to do that, I could say, I don't always want to come in a girl's face. But, occasionally it's nice. A nice option.
Right. I like it on my back too,
Yeah, of course. You're a good girl.
Hey, E-Rock is a fat tub of shit.
Oh, Kelly, there was no reason to end this call on a truthful statement. Thank you for calling. Leave E-Rock alone. E-Rock's a good boy. Thank you, Kelly. E-Rock likes his face come on, too. It's not a gay thing, but he saw Caligula and he learned that it was good for your skin. And that's what he says to me. He's like, it's good for the skin. I'm like, Eric, this is really homoerotic. He's like, no. And I do it, and we laugh about it. All right, Pete in Wisconsin. Where'd you meet Dice Clay? You were playing blackjack next to my pal Dice. What's up, Pete?
Hey, Jim. Love your show, buddy.
How you doing? So you saw him in a casino playing blackjack, and you wanted to know about how do I approach someone who's standoffish?
Yeah, we were down at the Golden Nugget in Vegas, and we were in the high limit room together. He was at the table next to me, and, you just caught that vibe from him. He wanted to do exactly what he was doing, be bothered by no one, and, I respected that, and yet you listen to your show, Opie and Anthony, and he's on the show, and you get this camaraderie, like we're all sitting around a table and you have this feeling like, I could really relate to this guy. I could make this clever statement and, we could hang out, but then you just respect his wishes to be what he's doing. And but I've been playing it over and over in my head going, man, I wish I would have went up to him and just said something, even though you just got that vibe.
Yeah, let me tell you, you want to talk to Dice while he's gambling? Good luck! I was Dice's opener, and he was losing one time, and he goes, Norton, leave the hotel, you bad luck. He made me leave the hotel when we first started working the Venetian. I wanted to smash him. But I tell that story now, and he laughs. But the thing with Dice is, he probably, I think you made the right move. And I can tell you that because I know him so well, that there's times where he's really friendly and approachable. And there's other times where Andrew's, like, when I first met him, he's a dick to me. Like, I walked up to him in the comedy store. And I'm a comedian. And he was my idol, or one of my idols. And I said to him, Dice, I'm a comedian from New York. And he goes, I said, I love you. He goes, thank you. And he walked away. Or did he either said that or good for you? No, he said that to other people. I think to me, he went, thank you. And he just kept walking. John DeResta walked up to him, and John DeResta was an established comic, and he goes, hey, I'm a comedian. And that's when Dice said, good for you. And DeResta called me. He goes, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? You know, I said hello to him, and he went, good for you. And I called Dice, and he couldn't have laughed harder. He was so happy. So Dice is a weird guy. Sometimes he's very standoffish. Other times he's amazing. You know, did you see Blue Jasmine?
No. Nope.
I was having pizza with him in L.A., Dice, about 6 months ago. And people were walking by. He doesn't like when people stop and talk for a long time. But if you just said to him, hey, Dice, man, I really love you, he would probably go, thank you. And that'd be it. If you said, hey, man, if you meant it, but if you saw like Blue Jasmine, because he was very proud of that role, and he was really good in it. But people that were walking by going, man, you were terrific in Blue Jasmine. He was like, oh, man, thanks. Like, it really meant something to him as an actor because he has this reestablished acting career going now. He's very happy about that. So I also think it depends on what you compliment people on. If you walk up and you go, hickory dickory dock, he's going to want to take off his glove and smack you with it because he's been hearing that for 25 years. So, it's not that he's unfriendly. I just think that for so many years, he attracted so many guys that would just say dumb shit. Guys that would just walk up to him and go, she's a hooah, And, right. He's an older gentleman now and he's got kids that are grown up. And how many times can you hear that? He's a mellower guy now. He just wants to say hello. So, next time say hi, and if he blows you off, he blows you off. But don't take it personally. I've been blown off by the best of them, my friend, okay?
Perfect. Thanks, Jim. Take care, buddy.
Be good. Angeli, been in a relationship for a year, and the guy wants to take the next level. 4 days later, he broke up. Uh-oh. What's up?
I was in a year relationship, and everything he told me was unprovoked, that he wanted to be with me, and then 4 days later, he was like, dropped me like a sack of potatoes.
Wow.
I just didn't see it coming, and I was just trying to figure out why didn't I see it coming.
Okay, let me cover the basics. Did you get really fat in 4 days?
Did I?
No,
sorry?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I said, did you get really fat in 4 days? I'm kidding. It was probably nothing to do with you. Maybe what did you say when he asked when he said he wants to take it to the next level? What did you say?
No, it wasn't that he asked me to take it to the next level. It's like we were going like it was gonna go to the next level. Like talking about, I want to be with you next year. You're going to be with me at this time and place. But then, like, 4 days later, he's like breaking up with me and never looking back.
Maybe he just panicked. Sometimes people panic with the commitment. Other times they just flake. There are times where people just flake. And no matter how much examination you do, you'll never know why. There are times where they just flake. And I went out with a girl to lunch a couple of times, to dinner a couple of times in the last year. And I liked her like 2 years ago when I met her. I was fiercely attracted to her. And now she has a boyfriend. And she just wasn't into me like that. And I would go out with her that I wouldn't hear back from her for a month or two. And it would really hurt my feelings because I really liked her. I don't know why. When we would hang out, I'll be like, what an amazing connection we had. I know she likes me. It just wasn't there. Not saying she flaked. We weren't dating. But sometimes that happens where it looks like things are one way and then all of a sudden they're not and you just can't figure out why. So, maybe you'll never know, but the way I look at it is it's better it happened now. If a guy's going to flake on you like this, better it happens now than 4 years into the relationship. Like you dated him. He indicated something and you saw that maybe emotionally he wasn't to be trusted, or he was maybe immature, or he panicked, or maybe he cheated and felt guilty, whatever it was. But if he moved on, then there's nothing you can do about it. So just, either maybe, send him a few threatening emails, threaten to kill his new girlfriend. No, I'm kidding. Just, Just chalk it up to the
I
fact
don't want it to happen again, so how do I not pick that kind of guy?
You're never going to be able to guarantee that stuff doesn't happen. You know, if there was no indications before, if deep down you look at it like, wow, here's what I would suggest. Go through the relationship in your head and go, were there indicators? Because a lot of times I see indicators that I don't want to see, so I pretend I didn't see them. And then all of a sudden I'm fucking like, oh yeah, I saw that red flag. That's right. I said I didn't want to watch what she wanted to watch, and she threatened to cut herself. You know, like, I always know that there's something wrong, but I ignore it because she's hot, or she's a great fuck, or she has, you know, she's funny. So a lot of times I ignore stuff that I shouldn't ignore. Like a girl that I really liked, we have no sexual compatibility, but I really like her. And then, you know, 8 months in, I'm like, I don't want to fuck her, but I have to look in the mirror and go, hey, dummy, you knew you didn't want to fuck her before you dated. So next time, look at the signals early and listen to yourself, because there was probably some indicator you had early on that either he was full of shit or that it wouldn't go forever. And then when the good signals came, you're like, oh, okay, I'll believe these instead of my gut reactions that I had early on.
Okay.
All right?
Thanks. I just started listening to y'all in the mornings, and I really enjoy it.
Well, thank you for supporting us, and I hope you heard Tom Sizemore today. He was quite fucking delightful.
Thanks.
All right, be good. Bye, Anjali. What a sexy name. Mike in Canada loves eating cooter, but married 20 years. Your wife likes it, but not as much as you like giving it. Any advice, Mike?
Yeah, that's right, Jimmy. Jimmy, it's his first of all, I want to say you're the man, Jimmy. That's why I'm calling you. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, but that's something we started doing a long time ago, and it's just petered off to nothing. And I absolutely love it. And actually, today's our 20th anniversary, and I still have this craving just to fucking do it somewhere else and get something different. That's how much I enjoy it.
When you eat her pussy, do you eat it the same position every time? Mike?
Yeah, you're there.
I'm sorry, Mike. Do you do it the same every time, or do you switch it up? And is she able to come?
Oh, absolutely. Oh my God, that's how she comes. She gushes like a fucking fire hydrant, and I'm not bragging, okay?
Right. She's a squirter?
Oh, fuck, she's a squirter.
Does she not like to clean up after? Is that what it is?
No. No, when we do it, she only started squirting and gushing about maybe 3-4 years ago, but she's always orgasmed that way for like 20 years. That's how she orgasms. Okay. And she's got more and more into it. But seriously, over the last 3-4 years, you know, it's always like, I'm not clean, the kids are in the next room, whatever. Just excuses left and right because we're getting older now, and I'm still 19, 20 years old in my head.
You got to make sure she knows the I'm not clean thing. Just go in there anyway and fucking clean it for her. I would only suggest telling somebody, look, this is really important to me. I love doing this to you. Just that's, all you can do is just keep telling her how much you like it. Cause if you're doing it right and she comes, I don't know why any woman, hey, does she always gush on her side of the bed?
No, she usually gushes all over my chest because I'm down there.
Oh, okay. Because I'm saying she may, believe it or not, she may hate sleeping in that wet spot. That may drive her nuts. Or maybe she just doesn't like the whole process of cleaning what she thinks is piss out of the bed. Try laying something down and seeing if that makes a difference. She might be more like annoyed by that than you think.
Well, the thing is, whenever we do that, which is becoming more and more infrequently, there's always a trip to the bathroom afterwards for everybody to wash up. It's not like, we just do it and we roll over on a soaking wet bed. I mean, I'm not saying that.
I got to wrap up because we got 2 minutes, buddy. But I would suggest this.
I'm sorry, Jim.
Thank you, Mike. No, you're great. But just tell her how important it is to you. Sometimes people don't know how important something is to us. And the last guy, I would say, Sean in North Carolina, how do you approach your fiance about your foot fetish?
Yes, sir.
Real quick, how long you been with her?
2 years.
2 years. Why didn't you ever tell her before?
Well, because I'm trying to work my way up to if she'll let me to come all over her feet, but it's very awkward, and I don't want to get I don't want her to think that I'm kooky or anything.
Too bad if she thinks that. Here's the thing. You're afraid she's going to reject you, and then you're going to have to live with the fact that she's not into something that's important to you. So here's my suggestion. Start rubbing her feet more. Kiss them a little bit. Play with them. If she gets crazy, tell her, like, you have really sexy feet, or I like your feet. Slowly incorporate them into your sexuality. Tell her how good they look. But I would suggest, if a woman gets over being ticklish and can relax, Every woman likes her feet massaged and sucked. Again, don't go crazy. Go slow. This way she's not totally ticklish, but slowly incorporate it into it. Don't even mention the fetish at first. Just start rubbing them while her heel is on your dick, and every woman likes a good foot massage. Don't make it about you and your fetish at first. Make it about relaxing her and making her feel good, and eventually work your fetish into it. But don't always use it as a way to rub your dick on. Work your way up to that, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Good luck, you dirty sinner. And before I go, I can't even take these calls. I will say, Rick, you're in recovery. Your sex drive went up and your wife can't keep up. I swapped out one addiction for another. So hopefully, I don't know how long you're sober, but hopefully your wife will either catch up or your high sexual drive will balance out a little bit. Maybe eat a little sugar. Try something like that. Or just tell your wife it's hopefully a temporary thing. I don't know how long you're sober. Juan in New Jersey, you want to ask about how I got started my stand-up career? I stopped stalling, I wrote down the jokes, and I just went up and did it at a new talent night. That's it, my friend. Stop putting it off. There's a million reasons to put it off. They're all fucking lies. Don't convince yourself that you're going to fail. Just try it. And Bob in Baltimore, you want to ask, if I ever see myself getting married and having kids, I just don't know. I do not know. I had that discussion on my Tinder date today, and we both wept. I don't know, buddy. All right, thank you all for the call, and thanks to Lou. And, Lou is saying thank you, and that's Andy, who the fuck that is. Thank you guys for calling in. You were great, and I'll see you next week, unless I die.
Drinks, it's called It Works or whatever, but she made a little money right out of the gate, so now I can't get her off this shit. It's just getting deeper and deeper down the hole for her, Well,
what is she doing that's fucking you up? Is she causing you guys money, or is she annoying all your friends to buy stuff?
Annoying every single person we run into with this garbage. Now, she makes money. It's not a money problem. Just like, you're embarrassing the hell out of me,
Yeah.
Got every single person, and she's got it smeared all over our car now. She's got a big SUV. Everywhere we go, it's got her name, phone number, website. And it doesn't really bother me because I don't really hang out with her, I'm doing my thing all week, but on the weekends, it's driving me nuts.
My nephew, who's 20, just started with Amway. My sister, excuse me. Why is it whenever I come on the air, I have to fucking clear my throat? What a non-broadcaster. But my sister said, can you talk to him? And now I don't have any personal experience with Amway, but, I've heard mixed things about it. And, just speaking of pyramid things in general, I think Amway does cleaning products. I don't know. But, I've heard people who've had a rough time with it. And I never recommend that type of, because I went to one years ago, a meeting of one of those things. It was not Amway. It was something else. And you have to go annoy all your friends to buy this shit in order to make money. And it's like the money is passed up or whatever it is. It's just a really annoying way to exist.
I fix cars for a living. I own a garage. And I think she was kind of like, well, you do work and your friends come to you for shit. Like, yeah, they're coming to me. I don't go to parties and say, hey, everybody, listen to me. I got cards for you. Come on over, get your fluid changed, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And people even ask me, I'm like, hey, I'm not at work right now. I don't really want to talk about it.
Legitimately, mentally at least, they're supposed to be women. And there's been like a lot of tests with the biology that show that they have different biology than men. I just don't know. But I think if you're approaching them with the mentality of, hey, I know how you think because you're a guy, just because you have a dick, and then they might be right to be standoffish because you're not treating them the way they kind of want to be treated. Yeah. So maybe you should find out more about them, because I know one thing with them is they get a lot of, and they call them this, tranny chasers, just guys that only are sexualize them and are infatuated by them because they have a tits and a dick, and what are they? They're different, they're pornographic, they're freakish. So I guess they get kind of tired of being seen that way, and they want to be seen as people. That's the thing about Bailey J, I think, that has opened up so many people's eyes because, she's really pretty and passable. She's very pretty and passable, and she has a big penis, so it's like, wow, fuck, I never thought I'd like to. But she's also really funny, and the Bailey thing that attracts people, it's not how she looks. It's her personality and her relatability. That's, to me, the thing that people are blown away with by Bailey. It's that they can't just sexualize her and write her off as a porno thing, even though they're attracted to her. It's like, 'cause fuck, man, she's really fun to listen to, and she's very down to earth, and she doesn't get offended, so they see her as a real person. And I think if you want to talk to transsexual girls or any people, you have to see them as people first and not just as fuck objects. Now, that's hard for me because I'm a sex addict. So I see, most people as fuck objects, even if I'm not attracted to them. I see every person as a sexual thing. So, you know what I mean? Like, that's a hard thing to overcome. But that would be my suggestion, is learn more about them and ask them questions. If you have questions, like, I've asked transsexual girls questions like, do you see yourself as someone who was born a guy? And I've actually gotten both answers.
This is the Jim Norton Show.
Good afternoon, everyone. Jim Norton here. Very happy to be doing my show today. We had fun today, Opie and I, and we had Jim Florentine in, and Tom Sizemore came in. And we'd had Tom on once before, and we had an amazing time with him. Bob Kelly was there. And the last time Tom came in, he and I had a bit of an uncomfortable encounter. I wouldn't say it was an argument. It was just he was on edge. Turns out he had relapsed and was just kind of getting sober again and was just a little defensive. And, it was an unpleasant interaction, but he did call me later that day. And we texted, and he said, hey, man, I'm really sorry. And, it was fine. And then he came back in today for about an hour and a half. We had a great, great time with him. So he's doing really well, and it's just nice to see the difference in a guy from, I guess last year, or whatever that was, 2 years ago, to now, that he seems to be sober and doing very well. And just a really great actor. So we had a good time with him. And I went on a Tinder meeting before my first meeting from Tinder. I met a girl, and it was nice. We just went and had coffee. We spent about 40 minutes together. And it was just, because she was local. I don't know if it'll go anywhere. But, we just talked about kids and stuff like that. And I ate chicken soup, and she had cappuccino and a bib salad. And then we said goodbye. And I'm like, all right, I guess I'll walk you out. And she's like, I'm going to go to the restroom first. So she either had to go drop a deuce or she was meeting somebody else. So I guess that was my afternoon. Let's see here. Josh in Michigan, your wife joined a pyramid scheme. I hope you said pyramid. I hope that's not a misspelled period scheme. Causing problems. Uh-oh, what's up, Josh?
Hey, Jimmy, man. Big
She's
fan.
trying to sell you fucking Amway cleaning products? Oh, no.
Same type of shit. Get skinny quick, all this herbal stuff, mix up,
Whenever you get involved in a pyramid, I don't want to say scheme, but that type of a business model, let's just say, whatever it is, everyone around you wants to cut your throat because it's enraging because you're talking to them to make money. Has she had a career before, or do you guys have kids and she hasn't worked?
Well, she had a career before we had kids, so she probably misses that a little bit.
Yes, this is her chance to do something from home and kind of make some cash or to feel like she's contributing and keeping busy. She probably doesn't just want to be a mom. She wants to have something else. But tell her to do something else. Because how much did she make at first?
Well, the first couple months you don't make anything. She's making about $600 a month now,
So for $7,200 a year, she's going to fucking alienate everybody? Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it might get better, Okay, well, every weekend, I'm with the kids. I love them to death. I love my kids. But I'm there by myself like Mr. Mom, driving me nuts. And, she comes home late after all these seminars. Like, great, I get to fuck you, and then we go to bed. Whoop-de-doo. I had to spend all fucking day with these kids playing goofy games and everything, which I love. But 24 hours a day, every weekend, and then I go back to work on Monday. Kiss my ass. Get rid of that.
She probably wants to feel like, well, now we're both contributing equally. Like, you watch the kids, and I go out to work, and then I watch the kids while you go out to work. It's just one of those things. She probably wants to equal it out. And it's probably not even about the stupid products. It's probably just about feeling productive. I kind of respect the fact that she wants to feel productive and not just like a lump, and she wants to do something. But that's a shitty, I don't even know if I could fuck somebody who was trying to sell me herbal products. I could, but it would be a lot harder, and I would be annoyed if they're trying to sell them to our friends. Just put the math in front of her and go, look how much money you're making a year. It's a noble thing, but just do it online or go to the mall. Stop bugging our friends with it because it's irritating.
Yeah, no shit. Inviting them over to go to your fucking seminar with you or have a vendor event at the mall. Your friends don't even hang out with you anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to go over to their buddy's house and have their wife sit down with cards about herbal. Would you be offended if she said that she wanted to perform oral sex for some money? Why don't you suggest that to her? Say, look, when my friends come over, I'll let you blow them in the bathroom for $200. That'll be a more dignified way of making up $7,200 a year.
Yeah, man, that actually would be. It'd be less embarrassing. Like, yeah, she's a whore. You can deal with it. Move on.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, brother. I would just, tell her to find something else or suggest she find something else, because that's none of your friends want to be involved with that shit. They're going to start avoiding you.
Right on. Thanks a lot, Jimmy, man. Love it.
See you, man. Take care. Let's see. Dan in Chicago. What's the best way to start talking to a transsexual gal? What's up?
Hey, man. How's it going?
Hey, buddy. Where do you mean a transsexual gal in general or one in particular?
Nah, not one in particular. Like, I've been out to some clubs and I see them and shit. And my question more along the lines is, like, how do I go about the process of picking them up? Because I've talked to some of them and some of them are really, like, personable and really strong and outgoing and shit. And some of them want you to, like, treat them like they are an actual woman and not dog them so much and know that I know how they're thinking because they're guys, but some of them think that they're women and dude bodies, like that shit.
Well, right there, the fact that you're saying that they're guys, like, I know that that's the instinct to say that, you know what I mean? Because I always was raised thinking, like, they're men who become women. And then, like, the more, like, research is just, I guess, not 100% either way, but I don't know what the proper classification is. I know I've talked to enough of them where they don't feel like they're men changing. They feel like legit